Every American have the availability by a vaccine by the end of May.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
love that.
That's amazing news.
You don't have to be
That's amazing.
65.
It's not going to, and you're right, it's not going to save our Pride Month, but
But that's okay.
LGBTQ businesses all over America are celebrating.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
Huge size of relief.
And 501c3 nonprofits and Faye, who wants to get back into a bathhouse. Celebrating.
Listen,
Is
don't
the new
judge.
Bathhouse Betty?
Don't judge.
Bathhouse Betty is on. It's happening out tonight.
That's
at
power.
8 o'clock. Exactly. And Grindr news. I think that's super interesting. We're going to break that tonight.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, welcome to Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only LGBTQ daily evening news. It's time to queer up the news. It's 7 p.m., Wednesday, March 3rd, and we are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we're going to tell this evening on Queer News Tonight. The world's first live daily queer evening news show. Out of the closet and into the headlines on Q News Tonight.
Thank you for joining Queer News Tonight. This is an unedited, live LGBTQ evening news show. Whatever happens, you're going to see it.
This evening, we bring you the news of and perspective representing the LGBTQ community from South Florida, America, and across the world.
I'm your anchor at Queer News Tonight, Al Ferguson. And tonight we welcome anchor Faye. What? She's out, she's proud, and you always hear her. She's certainly loud. She's a Latina to be reckoned with, half Puerto Rican, half Colombian, and 100% freaking Jersey. She's a radio personality and has the popular blog and YouTube channel called Faye What. Aiming to unite the L and the G together, she's a hostess and MC for many South Florida events, a board member of the Unity Coalition, as well as host of their new television show, UCTV, an animal activist and owner of Faye's Fur Family, and is the anchor of the new Happening Out.travel show. Good evening, Faye.
Hi, good evening. Al, when you say Faye what, you sound like a 12-year-old boy going through puberty. Faye what?
Yes. We're going to start this early in the show.
Yes, sir. That's how we roll.
Okay. All right. It's on now, bitches. It's on. Next, let's welcome anchor Misty Eyes. She is the director of Transgender Services, Women's Services, and Training and Education for SunServe, one of South Florida's most respected LGBTQ 501c3 not-for-profits, serving our community. She is a highly celebrated and award-winning entertainer, MC, journalist, drag queen. She does it all. Makeup artist, whose accomplishments have been featured in media, including the New York Times and Sunny.org's tourism campaign. Good evening, Misty.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here. And as you can see, please donate to my sunserve.org/Misty. The AIDS Walk is happening in April.
That's right. And remember AHF, it's like buy one, get one free. Every dollar you donate to SunServe and Misty, AHF is going to match.
Correct.
1 for 1, buy one, get one free. Well, tonight we begin with the queer headlines. The LGBTQ community in South Florida and across America is diverse. Our community across the world is vast, and here are the bullet points of the queer news for today, Wednesday, March 3rd. Let's begin by queering up entertainment. Will Grindr become the first LGBTQ Netflix in launching scripted comedy? Spring filming, fall premiere is coming. 5 million, mostly men, log into the app Grindr every day. I'm unclear what they are all doing. Wait.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
I'm clear. But Grindr has been trying to find new ways to expand its content. It does not go unnoticed in the last year of pandemic that Netflix has been killing it in content by creating it. So now, interesting, Grindr is going to follow suit, launching its first ever scripted comedy series. The LGBTQ plus dating app has dabbed in unscripted content before, but this is totally something else. Their new show, Bridesman, follows a gay bridesmaid as he undermines his best friend's wedding. The show will be a series of 6 to 10-minute episodes and goes into production this spring, set to premiere this fall. Jimmy Falley from The Other Two, Sydney Washington, Comedy Central's Up Next showcase, and Shannon DeVito from Difficult People will star in the series, along with a long list of guest appearances from Leva Pierce, Calvin Seabrooks, Benito Skinner, and even pop star Kim Petras. Julian Buchan will direct. Creator John O'Neill said about the project, quote, "It's so exciting to create something as joyous as it is gay. We are grateful that this talented team and Grindr are giving this project life," end quote. Alex Black, Grindr's director of marketing, added, quote, "We're thrilled to partner with John on Grindr's first foray into long-form content. Bridesman is tailor-made for the Grindr community. It's smart, queer, campy, and features sharp commentary on gay dating, heteronormative standards, and Grindr itself. We are so proud to be showcasing some of the finest talent in the queer community as we continue to find new and creative ways to connect our users," end quote. Queer News Tonight will follow this story very closely. If successful, this platform decision could likely be followed in expanding specific LGBTQ scripted series that could appear on Grindr and other LGBTQ content providers. Old-fashioned LGBTQ television, including Here and Logo, were low quality, slow, expensive, and ultimately were not successful. Netflix proved high-quality content can come in speed, cost-effective, and in volume. Grindr's decision could begin the wave of the future for LGBTQ-specific entertainment content, different from the entertainment content that Grindr provides our community today.
Look at Grindr doing something else for our community aside from helping you get ass. Wow, that's awesome. Now, the only thing something else that I got from the story was that, you know what sucks is that I don't know any of those actors. I need to go and start researching them. That was something. Can you guys do something with like Rachel Maddow? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, or Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
They got to start.
Oh yeah, the Laverne Cox would be awesome. I am applauding them for diversifying their portfolio and extending to TV shows. I remember Here, but this kind of gives me a Here vibe when you're only going to be able to watch these shows on an app that you have to download. And what if you don't want to cruise local people that are 5 feet away from you?
Yeah. A couple of notes. First, we want Grindr to succeed here in scripted comedy. The reason is Logo. How many hours a day, 24 hours a day, can you watch The Golden Girls? That's our gay programming today. Second, we want Grindr to succeed in scripted comedy because if they prove, stepping into the water first, that it's successful, a whole range of other content providers will get into the water with us. And our value in LGBTQ scripted entertainment will improve dramatically. Paramount's not going to produce something like this. NBC is not going to produce something like this. But there's this whole niche that Netflix has proved is great quality, great quantity, cost effective, and therefore we're all happier about it. My thought.
This lesbian might have to download Grindr. Next, we queer up gay culture.
Like you haven't already, but.
Shut up, Al. Get off my phone. Bartender reveals what you drink at the gay club says a lot about you. Everyone that has been in a gay bar, raise your hand. Everyone that has gotten drunk in a gay bar, raise your hand.
You can't see me raising. Oh, there we go.
Everyone that has gotten drunk in a gay bar and then did something stupid afterwards, raise your hand. While our LGBTQ watering holes are endangered and we are apparently doing fundraisers in pandemic to save our favorite ones, it is undeniable that the LGBTQ bar has been a staple of LGBTQ life. Let's face it, the gay riots, trans riots, black gay right movements all launched from a gay bar in 1969 called Stonewall. So with all that in mind, have you ever wondered what the person across the bar, the server, the bartender, the therapist, the social guru is thinking about you? Have you ever wondered when you order your drink that the bartender keeps sizing you up based on what you ordered? So when a bartender and TikTok user at Doniani shared the industry secrets of what the drink you order at the gay club says about you, Well, Queer News Tonight, in the never-ending search for LGBTQ news and truth, we take the bait. When this former bartender at West Hollywood's Rage nightclub says things like, order a vodka soda, then we think, we already know you were gay, but now we know you douched before you came. And we're off to the races. We're gonna share with you some of @Doniani's best drinks and what it says about your gayness observations. Ultimately, the lesson here is we missed the club and we should all get vaccinated so we can finally get back to it, whatever it means by the drink we order. Watch this.
Guys, I used to bartend at the gay club, and this is what your drink says about you. First up, we have vodka soda. We already knew you were gay, but now we know you douched before you came. Catch me in the bathroom stall, how about that? Splash of crayon lets me know that you have a much more refined palate than your other sisters. Like a Red Bull, because the bump you did in the bathroom just didn't quite do it for you. Cranberry, you're definitely the target audience for the Chromatica Oreos. Like a Sprite, you're here with your bitchy vodka soda friend, but you don't want them to know you're having fun. Like a Water, I can just feel the self-hate. Like a Sour, you're probably not old enough to like whiskey and they missed your fake at the door. Shots of vodka, because tequila is yucky. Oh, you're out here to let these bottoms know. Listen to me right now, if you're carrying a vodka soda, you are not safe around a rum and coke queen. They came here for one thing and they will stop at nothing to get it. Diet Coke, because she's a skinny girl, so little. She said, I had enough of my inner demons. It's time for them to be everyone else's problem. Malibu Pineapple, if you forgot your sippy cup, I have a few extra in the back. Inside, this is the level of delusional we all aspire to be. You're out here in the trenches living your best island getaway fantasy. Work. If you know, you know. That's it. Shots of Patron. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Shots of Patron. Oh, it's okay. I love big groups of straight girls. If YOLO were a drink, you measure the success of a night by whether or not you black out. I definitely know you by name at the hospital. Ooh, an intellectual. So unique and refined. T-minus 10 minutes until you lose all control of your muscle movement. Make sure you don't drop your life alert bracelet. It gets dark in here. Sure you want to drop your social security check on these go-go boys? Dory Sour, you either have a sugar daddy or you're looking for one. You're obviously not here to get drunk. You really want to see me sweat. This is probably the only drink you know. Change can be scary, I understand. A sadist. I don't have the time or resources to make you a good Manhattan in a nightclub. That's okay, your goal was to be dissatisfied. Tequila soda, the play cousin of the vodka soda gay. A little dumber, a lot more fun. Tequila sunrise, because you want everyone to know astrology is your personality. Tennessee Pineapple, your friends definitely have you on a leash. Garita, you started twerking before you even took a sip. Security! The only thing you hear more than that is you're cut off. Well guys, it's fun being gay. Make sure you try it out. Listen baby, high school was a tough time for all of us, but you gotta let it go at some point. Thank you so much guys. If you didn't see your drink in parts 1, 2, 3, or 4, it means I'm in love with you. Come kiss me.
Oh, he was great.
Girl, she was too much. I love that she was ironic, witty, sarcastic, bitchy, and fun, all while being superbly dry and emotionless. Also, here in Fort Bottomdale, all the people drinking those beers and letting the bottoms know are the lesbian.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself, girl. No.
Yeah, that's funny. I really hate this guy. No, I don't. But I really hate this guy because I'm a martini drinker and I was not putting social security checks on the bar or waiting to go to the strip club.
Sponsor your local dancer.
My life alert falling on the ground. That's not fair. Very, very funny. And I'm never going to look at a bartender ever again in the same way. Ever. I'm being judged.
You are being judged. I'm sorry, Al. You know, I'm an ex-bartender, right? Of course, an alcoholic that used to be a bartender. Oh my God, it did not go well, right? But anyway, and I used to love the drunk girls, but then when they're messy drunk, then it was like, no, right? So the girls, make me whatever, make me whatever. What do you want? Make me whatever. Okay, I'll make you something. Baileys and lime juice that curdles in their mouth. It's really gross. I'm just not a nice person, it is.
Really not. Really not.
Admission, that's it, the first sign. Next we queer up the world. European Parliament to vote on resolution declaring EU an LGBTQ freedom zone. At Queer News Tonight, we have repeatedly reported on the Polish cities that have declared LGBTQ free zones, meaning zones that do not allow any LGBTQ images or public demonstrations. The EU has been watching as well. The European Parliament are voting on a resolution to declare the entire European Union an LGBTQ freedom zone in protest of Poland's continuous attacks against the queer community, acknowledging the 2-year anniversary of Polish areas introducing the LGBTQ free zones. The European Parliament's LGBTQ intergroup put forward a resolution to name the EU as an LGBTQ freedom zone. The proposition will be debated Tuesday, March 9th, with voting taking place on Wednesday, March 10th. In a call for action against discrimination, the LGBTQ intergroup proposed the resolution as a sign of solidarity with the LGBTQ community. They state at the Parliament, quote, "The resolution is a signal to all LGBTQ persons, organizations, and activists that the European Parliament stands by their side and advocates for their rights. It is equally a sign to elected politicians, governments, and decision makers that discrimination against LGBTQ persons in any way or form does not comply with European values," end quote. Queer News Tonight will report extensively what the European Union decides next week.
Well, a couple of thoughts. First off, Poland, can you feel the noose wrapping around your throat? It's happening. There's been lots of business pullout of Poland. There's been lots of worldwide condemnation of Poland. The European Union has already withheld millions of dollars of payments to the individual cities that passed these LGBTQ free zones where you can't even mention anything about LGBTQ. That's what's happening in Europe. Second note, can you hear the Equality Act train on the horizon? Because it's exactly the same thing. That's what the Equality Act is designed to do. Our LGBTQ free zones in places in parts of Mississippi or Texas or Iowa is completely designed, or trans issues in Idaho, the Equality Act is designed to do the exact same thing on a federal level. The train is heading right to run over Poland, and the train in America is heading right to run over those states that discriminate via the implementation of the Equality Act, bringing it all to an end.
They say that because this news came to light that those, do you remember those protesters, those 3 women that were incarcerated? Well, they were acquitted also this week because of this. Yes. Thank goodness, because oh my God, what they had been through, what they have gone through, and now they're free, all because of this. So, wow, thinking about Poland, that's, you know, it's a step in the right direction, guys, but
Absolutely.
come on.
21 is going to be a great year for LGBT.
All about it.
Exactly. Well, that's our queer headlines for today. So next, let's catch up on the LGBTQ news surrounding COVID-19 with our special segment we call Quarantine Quickies. Queer News Tonight has been LGBTQ America's most important news source on the pandemic, as we reported on coronavirus on every single news broadcast since January 6, 2020. That was right after the CDC announced it from China. Tonight, we report the devastating effect coronavirus is having on the American and worldwide LGBTQ community in total cases and deaths. We also provide some hope of a new light at the end of this long tunnel. As of tonight, first, more than 2,056,000 LGBTQ Americans have now contracted COVID-19, and more than 37,000 LGBTQ Americans have died from coronavirus. As of today, more than 78 million doses have been administered in the United States. So let's queer up Quarantine Quickies. Biden says the United States will have vaccine supply for all adults by May, prioritizing teachers. Watch this.
I'm pleased to announce today, as a consequence of the stepped-up process that I've ordered and just outlined, this country will have enough vaccine supply, I'll say it again, for every adult in America by the end of May. By the end of May. That's progress, important progress. But it's not enough to have the vaccine supply. We need vaccinators, people to put the shots in people's arms, millions of Americans' arms.
Well, President Biden said, as you saw yesterday, that the United States will produce enough vaccines for every adult in the United States by the end of May, while making a fresh push to vaccinate school staff over the next month. The president credited his administration's efforts to boost production and move up the timeline from the end of July, which was what the president was saying just a few weeks ago. As announced earlier in the day, Biden said his administration is invoking the Defense Production Act to boost production of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which received emergency use authorization from the Food and Drug Administration over the weekend.
In an unusual partnership between two pharmaceutical competitors, the administration is helping to ensure that Merck facilities can help Johnson & Johnson boost its production. Biden also called on states to prioritize teachers and school staff as essential workers in the vaccination schedule, calling for every grade school employee and child care provider to receive at least one dose of a vaccine by the end of the month.
This news is exceptionally good for the LGBTQ community. First, it means that a summer transition timeline is likely for LGBTQ businesses, Pride events, and other LGBTQ events and activities. June, the traditional Pride month, is likely still not going to happen in a traditional sense. More importantly, with expanded vaccines, LGBTQ Americans will see a speeding recovery to allow a general return to the new normal. Fall 2021, with the reopening of schools, seems to be a marker that we will be the sign of reopening on the broader LGBTQ communities.
Oh, this is such great news, guys. Like, I'm so happy. Like, wow, this is Biden. Biden, thank you. You're on my gratitude list daily. You know, I was super excited about the fact that every adult would have a vaccine by June or July, and now you're telling me May? That's 2 months away, guys. Like, how amazing is that? This is fantastic news.
I'm proud to tell you I've already had both of my vaccinations.
Oh, great.
January and February. As a frontline worker, social services, I kind of was called and said, hey, you deal with homeless people, you deal with this, that, and the other. Why don't you come get a shot? I'm like, yes, you don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah. Exciting news here. And I just want to, I want to jump on Donald Trump one more time. President Biden initiated the Defense Initiative to be able to bring Merck and Johnson & Johnson together. He had the power to say, I hope you will agree with me in wanting to produce the vaccine, but Merck has come in a historic combination of two rival competitors for American good. Basically, in comparison, that would be like saying, Coke, you've got to produce Pepsi, because that's what's happened here. Merck and Johnson & Johnson to produce the Johnson & Johnson vaccine allowed it moved forward 2 months. If the President Trump would have done this in March or in February, we would have had masks. We would have had sanitizers. We would have had all the things that we needed at the beginning. It is completely a different strategy, and we cannot dismiss the leadership of the President of the United States to bring us to this moment. Well, that is our COVID-19 news for tonight. Next, we report that Happening Out Television Network is passionate about our support for the LGBTQ community. An example is Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting at this moment from our permanent set here at Sunshine in supporting that partnership. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world, with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's totally live. We encourage you to tune in. Our campaign of sponsorship proudly supports Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
This is Joe Saunders, former state representative and Equality Florida senior political director. And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
We'd also like to thank our set designer, Concepto Modern Living, here in Fort Lauderdale, for making this set and this amazing queer church campus possible.
Finally, we thank Queer News Tonight's hotel sponsor, Best Western I-95 Fort Lauderdale. This is the closest and best choice to the famous Wilton Drive, and our hosts and guests stay at this LGBTQ ally partner. We encourage you to stay here as well when you're visiting South Florida.
Well, next up, Queer News Tonight is proud to support our local LGBTQ businesses here in South Florida. And tonight, we're happy to feature Dick's Service Station, an award-winning business that opened in Broward County in 2016 and has been voted Best Barbershop and Salon for 4 consecutive years in a row.
Joining us here tonight is one of the owners, Christian Santiago. Christian was previously a marketing and special events manager. He and his business partner created a service station themed shop reminiscent of the 1950s era gas stations. The business gives back through entrepreneurship. This proves yet again that 2 dicks are better than 1.
2 of them. Meeting its original vision as a business, at the same time, they also retain the philanthropic commitment to local nonprofit organizations. Their primary philanthropic recipient is Poverello. They also support many other organizations, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, who just recently, this past Saturday, hosted a GED program car wash fundraiser at their location.
So to tell us more about Dick's Service Station and their commitment in our community is Christian Santiago. Christian Santiago. Welcome, Christian, to Queer News Tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I said in our little pre-interview, I had never been into Dick's. Saturday was the first time I walked in, and I thought I was walking in to a 1950s gas station, because that's exactly what it looks like. I went for Pride Fort Lauderdale's car wash that we were also as a sponsor and supporting. First time in, it was a very cool location. I'm curious, what made you and your partner, and I've got to incorporate, it's Eric?
Yeah, Eric McKnight. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to incorporate Eric because I'm now fascinated, and you should have brought it to my attention that we were going to talk about 2 dicks. There we go. There's Eric.
Oh, Lord.
There's the other dick. And what made you focus in on doing a creative theme for primarily a men's barbershop of being 1950s and a service station?
Well, we wanted to do something that everybody was comfortable with. There's lots of salons and barbershops out there that are, super fancy and very, pretentious, and for lack of a better word. And we just wanted kind of a comfortable kind of man cave atmosphere where anybody could come in, feel comfortable. Pre-COVID times, our waiting room was packed with people just kind of hanging out well before their appointment times, just to be kind of part of the community. And enjoy the atmosphere. So we have tons of genuine antiques from the era, and it's a really cool theme that we have going on.
Yeah,
with,
and you're in Oakland Park.
We are.
And so for some viewers that might not know, Oakland Park and Wilton Manors basically merged together. And in fact, statistics indicate that Oakland Park is going to be larger in terms of LGBT people that live in Oakland Park than Wilton Manors. So you're really in kind of ground zero of what we always joke about is the gayest place on planet Earth. You're
Yes.
ground zero.
Yeah, we were quite lucky. We're actually going to be celebrating on May 5th our 5-year anniversary. And when we were in downtown Oakland Park, it was a redevelopment district, and we were really the first big business, or small business, that took place or that opened up in what's now the redevelopment district. And in the past probably year or two, it's really been thriving, and new businesses are opening around us. And fortunately, we're in a position to be kind of a staple of the community there. So we're grateful for that.
And Christian, you or your partner, do either one of you do hair?
Neither one of us do hair. No.
What?
Oddly,
Okay.
no. Neither one of us.
They do
are,
cars.
Yeah. No. Eric is actually a retired detective.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Detective out of.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
so he
gonna
carries
clean
it.
this up really quickly then.
So,
Back in heat.
Yeah.
And my background is in non-for-profit world, dealing with primarily with autism and all sorts of developmental disabilities.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, okay, so it's only for men. I
No,
had read somewhere that you guys were also doing hair for, and these naps always need help. So I
Yeah.
was just wondering.
Yeah.
No, we do hair for everybody.
Christian doesn't have the strength for that. Come on now.
Straight, gay, bi, doesn't matter. Kids, adults, we really do everybody. And that's why we call it a service station, because it's unlike whatever service that you're looking for, we can provide.
I have your
so
new
it's cool.
tagline, Dick's Service Station, we do everybody.
There you go.
And we do everybody. And Misty, you're at SunServe, and I know you
Yeah.
work hand in hand with Pavarello frequently.
Yeah, so I actually just heard that you're doing free haircuts out of Pavarello.
We do, yeah. We have actually a mini dick set up.
Dude,
I can't
anymore.
I can't.
a mini dick.
Mini
We do.
mini or mini?
It's mini. It's,
Mini- a
it's
mini
actually
dick.
cool. It's
Oh, I misheard you.
yeah.
You hear what you want to hear.
Basically, Pavarello, it's just one of our community partners. We joined forces with them to provide free haircuts for really anybody who's in need. And they did have a facility before we came in, but it was kind of piecemeal together. What we did was we went and we redid it to look like a miniature version of our shop.
Oh, cute.
And that's because we wanted people to take pride in where they were getting their haircut. Doesn't matter if you're able to pay for it or not. We want a nice environment for you to look your best.
Would this be a place I could send a newly transmasculine, gender nonconforming, genderqueer, thinking about being a transmasculine individual to get their first hair chop?
Absolutely, absolutely. Our pit crew members are primarily gay, but we do have some straight pit crew members in there. But everybody is super into providing whatever services to make that person look and feel their best.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christian,
I like this.
do you call your employees
Pit crew members.
Pit members and
Yeah.
the pit crew? Wait, I was taking a double take because I thought I was looking at Michelle Visage or
Lord.
RuPaul there first in terms of the pit crew. Your support in community, specifically, I went on Saturday because of your support of Pride Fort Lauderdale. Is it an activity that your business does a lot of?
We do, yeah. We every couple of months we do some sort of a fundraising program, and as you know, this past Saturday we did a car wash, and you know, pre-COVID we were a little bit more active, and we were looking forward to those vaccinations getting out there in people's arms, because we're looking forward to getting back to business as usual and being able to,
we're speeding
absolutely.
for that. Yeah.
And doing even more for the community once we're able to.
Yeah, well, I appreciate what you did for Pride Fort Lauderdale, and it was very visible, and it was really clear that Dick's service station was involved in it. And it's an interesting combination, as we bring our interview with Christian to a close, it's an interesting combination that sometimes you don't see as sharply or clearly as we would want to see. That you can be a LGBTQ-centric business and you very visibly are supporting our LGBTQ community simultaneously.
It's important.
They're equal. They do not have to be mutually exclusive in terms of your financial goals of your business and supporting our community. So we congratulate you, Christian and Eric, for your efforts. And it was a pleasure walking into your place. And I've learned a lot about you. 2 dicks. Many dicks, and the pit crew embracement of RuPaul and Michelle Visage. I've
Just
learned
say
a lot
dicks.
tonight. It's been great.
And you got to say Dick's like 10 times.
I got to
so
say
that's
dicks
always
over,
good.
and I'm always happy when I do that. Christian, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you very
at
much for having
Queer News Tonight. Well, we're going to end tonight's broadcast with The Big Finish, and these are today's silly or news that entertains the LGBTQ community. So let's discuss those headlines. First up, in The Big Finish, Oreo's company shows support for the trans community in their latest social media post. Whew, that gets right to it, doesn't it?
I love that. And it got like so many likes, like a ton. That's fantastic, Oreo, yes.
The funny thing is, they also got a lot of hate as well, and a lot of pushback that they were being political and taking a stand. Hello, newsflash, trans people exist. We're real. We're not a figment of your imagination. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and I really regret to inform Oreo that Million Moms, you know, the
All 4
hate
of them.
group, the 27 straight old white men that make up Million Moms.
Oh, shit.
They have called for a national boycott of Oreos, and so as a result, Oreos sales are going to skyrocket
Through the roof.
Right. In The Big Finish, I loved this story. Dolly gets a dose of her own medicine and then sings vaccine. Watch this. Can't hear sound.
I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate. Vaccine, 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 vaccine. Because once you're dead, then that's a bit too late. I know I'm trying to be funny now, but I'm dead serious about the vaccine. I think we all want to get back to normal, whatever that is, and that would be a great shot in the arm, wouldn't it? If we could get back to that. But anyhow, I just wanted to encourage everybody, because the sooner we get
Did
to
she already
feeling
sing or
better,
no?
the sooner we are going to get
Okay.
back to being normal. So I just want to say to all of you cowards out there,
Coward.
don't be such a chicken squat. Get up,
Chicken squat.
Squad.
get shot.
Chicken squat.
Love
I'm gonna
Chicken
use
squat.
that. I love Dolly. She
Vaccine.
She could sing. She could sing anything. Okay, go for it, Miss.
No, girl, you finish. You go.
No, that she could sing anything. She could sing "Wash your ass, wash your ass, wash your ass," and then it'll be great.
Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine.
I got to get a new gig.
But you know, she was a big financial investor in the vaccine.
Yes.
So,
Dollars.
of course,
She
she's going to get the shot.
Yeah.
She don't have to be 65, wink, wink.
And that was the joke. Well, I finally get a dose of my own medicine.
Literally.
The double intended joke of, I help pay for this. And now I finally get a dose of my own medicine. Genius.
Love it.
And for her to create Jolene. And goodness, I don't know what it is, but the LGBTQ community, Dolly Parton, we adore you.
Yes.
Adore you. In the big finish, kind of a little bit of a less of a nice story. Texas Governor Abbott ends the statewide mask mandate, lifts restrictions on all business. It's free for all in literally the Wild West of Texas.
You know, everything is big in Texas except their brains. Because what is wrong with them? Only 9% of the population has been vaccinated in Texas. And they're going to open up statewide just like that. All businesses, no mask, no nothing.
And they're still getting positive results, like 9,000.
It was, it was close to 9,000 a day that they're still adding up. Come on, Texas, are you serious?
This this governor, DeSantis, oh wait, I'm
Nope,
sorry, that's
wrong-
our
wrong one.
governor. This governor said when he implemented the mask mandate that he was going to listen to science. He lied.
He did.
And the proof of that is today. When he implemented the mask mandate, the number of people dying every day in Texas was lower 4 months ago when he implemented the mask mandate than it is on March 3rd. It's lower 4 months ago. More people are dying in Texas, and he has turned Texas into
Are they
a
desperate
wild-
for tourist resident revenue or something?
I think he's a Republican crazy.
You
It's just-
hit the nail on the head with that word.
That is today's news for the LGBTQ community on the world's first and only daily LGBTQ evening news show. Is our community important to you?
Then help us by liking and subscribing. Ring the bell for notifications and updates. Share this news. We are the only LGBTQ television live video news in the world that is out of the closet and into the headlines. We need your help.
And all you have to do is look on both sides of me. They're definitely out.
Got it.
I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson. And on behalf of favorites, Faye Watt and Misty Eyes, we will see you daily and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Good night, America.